Hello everyone, welcome to Tolle Wolle and once again to a super cozy hat tutorial. It's getting cold outside and today I'll show you a beautiful hat crocheted very quickly with the number 10 needle using this twisted wool that is super cozy with a bit of alpaca, making it really nice and warm. And how I did it all without any increases, you'll see now. Have a lot of fun. Alright my dears, let's get started with the Creative Twist yarn from Rico Design in Super Chunky, which is really nice, thick, cozy yarn. We have 100 grams for 75 meters and I actually have two of these skeins. 80% acrylic, 20% alpaca for number 10 needles. I will also crochet this with a number 10 needle. I have already prepared a ruler, or in this case a set square, to measure the chain stitches. So I'll see if I can start the yarn from the inside. Now we definitely have the start there. I just need to find it. There it is. Let's begin with the chain stitches. I don't actually count them through. I will measure them right away. You see, super nice, super cozy yarn. And I'm crocheting to a height of approximately 30 centimeters. Place the set square alongside. It's a large set square, so it measures 20 centimeters. So there's an extra piece added here. You can, of course, make it a bit shorter. My hat will have a little bit of overhang at the back. That way it hangs a bit like a Smurf hat, and here we have 20 centimeters. Then it goes back from there and we reach a good 30 centimeters. And then I actually skip the first two stitches, insert into the third stitch from the needle, then count the stitches 1, 2 and insert into the third stitch, yarn over beforehand and start crocheting back in half double crochet across the entire row, which, thanks to the thick yarn, goes relatively quickly. I have now reached the end here again, having crocheted the entire 30 centimeters. I now make 2 chain stitches for the height, turn it around and insert into this loop that lies a bit further forward than the actual stitch. I have the stitch up here and then this loop, and that's where I crochet into and crochet double crochets. You can easily find the loop by sliding your hand up along the crochet work. You'll naturally slip right into it. This causes the stitch to fall forward and I get this nice pattern for the hat. And then continue with half double crochets across to the other side, then chain 2 for the height and turn and crochet back. And we'll see each other again after about 2 or 3 more rows, and then you can really see the pattern nicely. Here I have the update and you can see these gradients. I have them on the opposite side as well, even 3 times already. And so it continues to develop. I'll measure now how many centimeters I've done. I'll also count the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows I've actually crocheted. And I have a good 12 centimeters. So there's still quite a bit to do, and let's keep going. A lot has happened. You can see I've added quite a few rows here. I've also changed the skein. I crocheted the thread directly in and now I'm just cutting off the leftover ends. Then that's already completely done and I'll measure it through now. I have about 20 centimeters up to here. And then another 40 centimeters, and here another 10. So I'm now at about 50 centimeters. The material has become nicely stretchy, just as I wanted it. So really the length. Now I'm crocheting both sides together to create a tube here. And with that, let's get started. So I lay both sides on top of each other. So nicely lay both sides on top of each other. And then I simply crochet it together. I insert through both stitches on both sides and just crochet together with slip stitches. Very easy and simple. Do you see here? This will be the seam. And the last chain stitch indeed. So now I've crocheted it all together as a tube. Of course, you could wear it as a very snug loop scarf, also super cozy, but I want to have it as a hat. Therefore, I cut my yarn here, leaving several centimeters so I can comfortably sew it closed at the top. So after cutting, pull the yarn completely out from the top. So as you can see here, the sides are nicely crocheted together. I'll pull it over to the opposite side. I would always keep the seam on the inside or have it at the back here. It's hardly noticeable that the pattern is offset by one row, otherwise it's really not visible. And then I have here actually this thread here, and it passes through here. I have it, and with it I now pull one side together. Simply the side where I am. So just thread the yarn into the sewing needle, and then I go around the outside here. Simply once. Back and forth through the front and back repeatedly. And just pull it together gradually. So you can see it here already. I still have the end thread here. At the very end, I will just tie the two together. Now I'll make a few stitches through the gathered part. Back and forth from side to side. It's really, really simple. To make this a bit tighter and more secure. This here at the top is the end of the hat. Here, as mentioned, is the starting thread. I would now pull both threads inside. Start with this one. With the long one. So that's gone. And the short one is, of course, a bit more difficult. For that, I'll thread it through here and then pull it inward as well. and tie both ends together. So then both will be shortened. And then I don't have any more sewing to do. I just leave the 2 tiny threads here. The transition from the bobbles I have already sewn. The hat can now be folded up a bit or worn completely long. You can adjust it, vary the way you want. You either have a small brim here or a really nice long hat, all very simple without any increases or decreases. Or something similar, just simply sewn together at the top. You can also add a nice pom-pom on top here. It looks super cute and you're already done with the cozy hat. I hope you liked the tutorial and had fun. If so, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, don't forget to activate the bell, and then we'll see each other again next time at Tolle Wolle. See you then, bye!